Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to the DC box. Today I have Hot Toys MMS 448, which is obviously the Flash from the Justice League movie. So let's get this guy open and check him out. Alright everyone, so here's just a quick little look at what he looks like inside the packaging. Right off the bat, I think mine is messed up. I'm probably going to have to contact Sideshow. Looks like I have an issue with one of his armor plates. Can you spot it? If not, I'll show you in a second. Alright everyone, so here he is out of the box. Really cool figure, tons of detail. Paint job is really nice on him and everything, but first let's get these accessories knocked out. The lighting is really cool. They're pretty movable. They're like a really, I don't want to say flimsy plastic, but they're extremely movable and posable. I'm not too worried about them breaking. I'm sure they will break if you are a little too aggressive with them, but really nicely done. I really like the way that they're painted. It's like I don't want to say a clear resin, but it is kind of clear to have that lightning effect. So really neat with those. Then you get the hands, and he comes with 4 sets of hands, and they're all, this one is, I guess, kind of, I don't even know what you call it, like a saluting hand or something. The finger pointer for him to pick his nose or something. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what that's for. Then we have obviously the hands where he uses to, I guess, his running hands, I guess is what you can call them. They're all really well done. Nice detail on them, just basically red and black. Nothing too crazy, but well executed by Hot Toys. And then obviously he comes with his stand, which you can see over there. Alright, so that was just a quick little look at everything that he comes with. Let's get some close-up shots of this guy so you guys can check him out. Okay, so let's start with the lower half of him. The first thing I want to point out is that when I was unboxing him, there was plastic inside the, I guess the peg. Now that was cool. I guess it's to protect the all the paint inside and everything. So I have no issue with that. The problem was you have to take this off to take off that plastic, unless you just rip it, but then you'll probably get pieces inside here. It was a bitch to put back on. I probably spent close to 30 minutes trying to put it on, and as you can see, I didn't get it on all the way. I really hate to take it back off to show you. I do have a little bit of footage of me trying to put it on, so I'll put that up for you to see. But that was just something that was not fun to try and do, and then I'm not happy with the way that I ended up having him. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. There we go. So you can see it's all kind of bunched up still. I need to fix it. There's also padding inside here. That's the black part that you see. The padding is actually around the peg. So you have to get the suit over that padding. And this one is not any better. As you can see, it's all bunched up. So be careful with that. I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky. Because like I said, I'm probably going to have to get a replacement for this one. And I'll show you why in a second. But I'm going to maybe just rip it off the next time I get it. But still, once you get it on, you know, really great articulation. Probably the best one out of all the Justice League figures so far. He moves really well. This is all a material suit. So you can see it's kind of stretching a little bit. Obviously this was down here. And then this is part of his, I guess, shin guards or shin armor, whatever you want to call it. They're glued on here, and it's not a hard plastic. It's like a really soft, like pliable plastic. Almost borderline like a, I don't want to call it a hard rubber or anything like that, but it borderlines, it's like a really pliable plastic. And so you can move it. I feel like if you stretch it, let me see if I can get a good shot of me. See, as you can see, it does move a little bit. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty different. And then the articulation is like really good on him. Way, like I said earlier, way better than all the other ones. Everything, his whole leg moves and everything. Now here's the issue with mine. I'm gonna assume these are his, I guess, knee armor or kneecap pads, whatever you want to call them. Well, the problem is his knees are right here. And this is me having him, he's on the table now, and as you can see, he now as you can see, this one is nowhere near where it's supposed to be. At least that's what I'm assuming. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it is supposed to be up here, but I don't know why it would be. Then, and either way, one of these, if not both of these, are wrong, and they don't match up at all. It really bothered me, to be honest. I almost didn't want to review him, but I didn't want to wait any longer to check this guy out. So I haven't contacted Sideshow yet. As soon as I'm done filming this, that's the first thing that I'm going to do. But anyways, moving back up a little bit to his thighs, the armor wraps around the same type of material. As you can see, it is a little loose, but I don't want to say loose, but like I said, it is movable. You can move it with your fingers, but it does hug the figure pretty well, and it stays pretty tight to him. They don't slide up and down. They're like glued to the material, which is why I can't do anything with this. Even if I try scooting it down, it doesn't do anything. And then I really don't want to rip it off, but to me it's supposed to be down here. I could be mistaken. Maybe I should look at some reference photos or something like that to double check, but I'm pretty sure, because even this one's not on his knee. Okay, so moving on up the figure. This is still the material, that rubbered suit material. I think it's a rubbered suit. I don't know what type of material it is, but it's a material. It's not plastic or anything. This piece here is the same type that's down here, the same type of material. Then we get to where it feels like a much harder plastic, like the typical, I guess what you would consider them to use for his armor. It does have some give to it. I don't know if you can see, but I'm pushing down. So it does have a little bit of give, but it does feel much stiffer than the ones down here. Now he can't really move. You can't really twist him at, I guess, his hips, or I guess that's what you would call it. You can't twist him around the hips, but he does move slightly. His arms go out pretty decent. Can't get them all the way. These do come off. These are Velcro. Let's see if I can show you. So it is a Velcro, but you know, Velcro wears off over time, as I'm sure you guys are well aware. So I really don't want to mess with it too much, but I'm assuming his arms will go up a little bit higher. Well, maybe not. No, because I don't have that armor resting on anything. So I'm thinking this is probably as far as the articulation is going to be, as far as you can raise his hand. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it seems as much as I can get it to go. His arms do stay down his, they do stay down to his side pretty well. Jeez, can't talk again. So that's pretty cool. And then his elbows and his arms move pretty well. Got pretty good motion there. Obviously the hands are gonna move just fine. Then you got this armor on here. You can see the suit. Inside that's material. This is that same type of, that other type of like plastic material. It does have a little bit of give. This one's a little bit more of a harder plastic. Really, really well done. The sculpt on here is really great. I'm not a fan of the suit per se. I wish they would have did a different type of suit for him. But as far as like Hot Toys execution, I think it's pretty spot on. And then, oh man, they even have like the wires. I thought it was like kind of painted or screen printed on the material, but it's not. They're real wires. You can feel them, and they match up alongside with the suit. And then the emblem is raised a little bit, so that's nice. And then the head, which is really neat, it's magnetic. And then this is a little bit movable, as you can see. So that's pretty neat. Wasn't expecting the head to be magnetic. I was trying to squeeze it on or force it down like a dumbass. Had no idea that it was just magnetic, but it just sits on there. So you can do some pretty crazy different head motions with him, or posing with him. You can turn him all the way to the side if you like, and you don't have any nasty like joints or anything like that. So that's pretty cool to see. And then the back, same thing. Tons of detail, really well done, nicely painted. Everything on him is nicely painted. You got the different textures on here to have the appearance of like different type of material. Really well done. So overall, I'm really happy with him. I really like him. I love the articulation on him. Again, though, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I really don't pose him anything too crazy, but this one sure seems like you could have a really, like several different options in trying to pose him however you'd like. You can see the material is raising there a little bit. And these aren't little nitpicks. This is just me looking at the figure, but this thing is crazy. I don't know who, if it's not supposed to be that way, I don't know who went ahead and, as far as quality control, and passed it, because that's pretty obviously not supposed to be that way. And then these wires here are a little different. You can feel them slightly, but not anything like these. Like these, as you can see, I'm moving them with my finger. And then this one's just part of the suit, but they are raised a little bit. But really neat. I really like him. He might possibly be my favorite one out of all of them. Again, I'm not a big fan of the overall concept of his suit. But as far as, like I said, the execution-wise, the Hot Toys, I think they knocked it out of the park. Really, really awesome job by them. Oh, the figure looks amazing. Really cool figure, really fun. He seems a lot thinner than the rest of them. I can't wait to line them all up and see what he looks like next to them. So you know what? Let me stop talking and go ahead and do that now. All right, guys, so here they are all lined up together. They look absolutely phenomenal together. I don't think the camera's capturing how cool they look in person. They really stand out. They really do look really, really well together. I'm extremely happy that I decided to pick up all four of them. As you can see, they are different height and sizes and body types and all that stuff. So really excited to have them all lined up. The only one really missing is Superman, since Cyborg's probably not ever going to get made. But anyways, this is really cool. If you have the set, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, you should really pick them up. They look absolutely phenomenal together. Really great figures. All four of them are really great figures in their own way. Yeah, some of them have their own little issues or whatnot, but together they look really, really well together. I'm extremely happy that I got them. Okay guys, so my final thoughts on this figure. I absolutely love him. I think he is fantastic. If you collect 1/6 figures, he should definitely be on your radar. He is such a great figure. The posability of him, you know, the articulation is great. The execution by Hot Toys is fantastic. The likeness is definitely there. You know, some of the other ones, like I said earlier, are a little bit more questionable. His is definitely there in my opinion. Overall, I think he's probably the best Justice League figure that they've released so far. You know, from everything, articulation, posability, materials, sculpt, paint, everything, I think he's probably the best one. He wasn't even my favorite character in the movie, but to me, he's definitely my favorite character from, you know, the Justice League line. Definitely should pick him up. He's really fun, can do tons of different options as far as, you know, posability, switch outs, you know, the switch out with the hands and everything, different poses, the lightning. If you are on the fence, I highly suggest you pick up this figure. He is absolutely fantastic. I know the Justice League movie overall has its own issues. I'm not going to deny any of that. But as far as what Hot Toys did to bring this figure, you know, to life, so to say, he's definitely one that you should pick up. You know, hands down, absolutely, he's my favorite one. So I guess that's it. I do have Superman on pre-order. No idea when he's gonna come out. It's been delayed for like 6 months now, just like the rest of these figures. I don't have Batman on pre-order yet. I might pick him up, I might not. I do prefer the tactical suit Batman to the regular suit, but who knows, maybe I'll pick him up anyways. But I do have some statues coming in if you watch my channel for statues. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so very much, and I will catch you on the next one.